What a Current Affair did Monday night in running that story about the imminent closure of Eleonora Heights Newsagency and Post Office is attack small business newsagents around Australia. And they attack the suppliers to newsagents around Australia by running an ignorant story, a story that had very poor journalism associated with it. What had those retailers done to transform their business? Looking at the video footage of the layout of the shop, it looked like the kind of shop fit that I might have had back in the 1990s. It looked tired, it looked out of date. News agencies today, thriving news agencies today, have transformed their businesses. They are running businesses that are attracting shoppers who wouldn't normally shop in a news agency from the 1990s. They wouldn't shop at Eleonora Heights. You know, the ABC did a story like this last year that, again, was a hatchet job on our channel, very poor reporting. So the ABC and Nine Media seem to have it in for this group of small business retailers in Australia. You know, there are 2,500 news agencies in Australia, family-owned businesses, family-run businesses, serving their local community, and we're dealing with hundreds and hundreds of small business Australian suppliers. And we're thriving. Our channel is growing. We have retailers in our channel that are growing. We have property developers who are building centres who want to get our sorts of businesses in there because we're growing. Yet here is a Current Affair, Nine Media, and here's the ABC running these shit stories, talking us down, making us look poor, looking weak, and oh, poor them, you know, news agencies have no future. And then they get some expert on talking about TikTok Shop, and I'm like, what the, you know, what's this guy doing there in this story? The thing is, a good news agency today is focusing on kids, they're focusing on adults, they're focusing on boomers, they're focusing on people who've long since retired. We can cover all of these demographics and cover them very well with pop culture products, plush products, gifts, homewares, all sorts of items, good GP items. I know newsagents selling clothes. I know newsagents selling jewellery. I know newsagents even selling firearms, for example. I know newsagents doing repairs of technical items. We are not what we used to be. We're not the kind of business you saw in this useless current affair story talking about the Eleonora Heights Newsagency and Post Office. That is a dead business. It's an old business. It's been poorly run. Why is that business closing? I think it's closing because the owners did not innovate in their business. They didn't modify their business to reflect current situations. They didn't lean into the opportunity of change. You know, with the work that I do through News Express and the work that I've been doing for many years through Tower Systems, serving news agents as people using software from that company, I've seen a lot of news agents come along who think they know everything and, you know, we're going to serve the community and run these businesses, but they don't change their shops. If you're not changing your news agency, if you're not evolving your news agency, if you're not trying to attract new shoppers, then you have no future. If your business closes because it's the end of an era, because you're not seeing the profitability of the business that you wanted to see, that's on you. You're the retailer. You decide what you sell. You decide the price you sell it for. You decide the services you provide. Now, if you run an agency business that relies on the post office or lotteries or those sort of low margin agency products, that's fine. But I don't think there's a great future in that. The future for the Aussie News Agency is the business that is selling that $500, that $1,000 couch, or they're selling that $200 clothing item, or they're selling the collectible coin that might be worth $10,000. And yes, there are news agents doing that. My point to A Current Affair and my point to the ABC, who both run stories denigrating our channel and denigrating the suppliers to our channel, is there are news agencies that are thriving, news agencies that are growing, news agents that we in Australia can be very proud of. And these are wonderful businesses. There are wonderful success stories, small business success stories that you should be talking about. Do some journalism, do some research, talk to news agents who are in these spaces who are doing very well. I'm sick of tired journalism about our channel, talking us down, saying we have no future. We have a great future because we've transformed our businesses. Yes, Aussies have an expectation about what the local news agency is. That's okay. I can't fight that expectation. But what I can do when they come into my shop is give them an experience where they walk in and say, didn't this used to be a news agency? Well, it used to, but now it's this. Happen to have a news agency shingle, that's fine. I don't care about the shingle. What I care about is the experience that I give you in my shop and the fact that you want to come back and the fact that you want to talk to other people. There are so many news agency businesses in Australia today that are thriving, that are absolute champions of retail innovation. That's what a current affair should be talking about. That's what the ABC should be talking about. That's what journalism is. Do your research and understand that this is a vibrant, strong, good Aussie retail channel. The Australian News Agency is going to be here for a long time to come.